So we will now be exploring the kind of connection you'll have with this person, what we can learn about the relationship you'll come to have with your next love, and then of course we'll have a look at some advice for you for this relationship and successfully moving forward together, Leo. So let's first see what comes up around this relationship that you'll have with this person. What can we learn? Okay, Leo, you've got the Emperor energy around this relationship, so this is going to demand a lot of your attention. Now, I often associate control with the Emperor as well, so this can be a somewhat controlling or either you're controlling or they're controlling in this relationship. There's some sort of dynamic here where one of you is likes to have everything in order, okay? I think it's a lot to do with this person, and I think there's a lot of, I don't know if it's mind control or influence somehow, but I think that might be detrimental to the relationship. The Nine of Swords, there's a lot of insecurities. Okay, so there's insecurities here, but if you're coming up as a Seven of Wands reversed, Leo, I don't feel like you're going to hold any animosity towards this person because of the way they are. I think they're going to evoke a softness from you. I do. Seven of Wands is a card of sort of resistance, but at the same time, it's sort of a card of maybe fighting for ourselves, but it's reversed here, Leo. So I'm seeing that this person can have some sort of influence on you, but you let them. And I think it's because you'll slowly start to fall and you'll let that happen, because it's almost like you're not going to put up a fight. There's something about you not putting up a fight. Now, if it's their energy, it could be them as well, but around this relationship, they're coming up as with the Emperor energy. So it makes me think that they like to be in control. Now, the Two of Pentacles is here. This is, you know, the infinity symbol. So there's potential here for a forever. And this is huge. This is huge, Leo. So straight away, we're seeing that beautiful infinity symbol, but it can also be symbolic of repetition. It can be symbolic of cyclical behavior, but it could also be symbolic that this relationship, it's going to weigh heavy on the both of you. Now, I don't know if it's because of distance, but that could create a bit of tension. Because we see the boats, this could be like cultural differences. This could be geographical distance. This could be living situation. This is going to have to be managed, okay? But I think it's only minor. I don't think it's anything that's going to completely write off the relationship. But the Two of Pentacles, you see how he's weighing up something, Leo. I sense that one of you will always be comparing your relationship to something else. Either if you've had a relationship with this person before, it's the past relationship, or there's some sort of comparison. It could be them, it could be you, could be the both of you, but it's like you're having something to compare it to. And I think going into this relationship, you need to be on a fresh slate, and you can't hold things against this person for what someone else has maybe done to you. It's a little bit unfair, Leo. So the advice here could be maybe that something about comparison needs to stop. And if you notice this from your person, you might have to say something to them and say, you know, I notice you're comparing me to your ex, or you're comparing me to this person, you're comparing me to something, you know, unrealistic. But this comparison is not healthy. So, I mean, especially if it's done in a detrimental way. I think they do it out of protection. I mean, the boats are here, and boats symbolize protection. So it is someone, and the Emperor protected his lands, his people, his dominions, his kingdoms, his territories. So I do think you have someone quite protective. Now, Leo, you can also be quite protective and possessive yourself. So seeing this, I think there's a message here that I see control and protection here. I do. And I also feel like with the Nine of Swords, this relationship is going to take a lot of your energy, because I think there's insecurities here that you're going to have to work at. But that's not to say you can't be successful, because the Emperor is the epitome of success. You know, he's higher than the king. He's the Emperor. So you can work over the obstacles here. And here he is with this Emperor. He's undergone all these obstacles and challenges, and he still made it out on top. And Leo, what I think this is saying is that any sort of obstacles you'll encounter with this person, there's a lot of potential for the two of you to work through them and for the two of you to be successful in helping that happen for you somehow. So but I also feel like confrontation. The Emperor, he takes up the card here, and it's almost like there's something about confrontation. I don't know if this person might not handle confrontation well, or you might have to tweak and alter the way you approach. Sometimes your approach can be a little bit aggressive, Leo, so you might have to have a more softer approach, because if you come on too strong, I think with the Emperor, they're just going to be cold back, and then you're not really going to get anywhere. So I think that's something to take into consideration when you're in a relationship with this person. But the Emperor to me is success. And this is your ability to work through challenges together. Okay, let's have a look. What's the advice? You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Okay, they did have the Virgo card. This is the criticism. This is the self-criticism coming up, Leo. I think it's more around them than you, because they come up as Virgo, and I did mention the self-critical. And full moon in Virgo is like, when it's a full moon, it's like everything is heightened, and it's like a culmination point. It's a high point. And this is the Maiden here. You are good enough. Leo, this could be your insecurities maybe. I think it's more the advice I wanted to sort of, the energies I wanted to channel was more regarding this person and how to deal with them in this relationship. You'll have to help them be less self-critical of themselves. Now, that's not an easy undertaking, Leo, but you are a sign that's able to do this. You're such a powerful presence, Leo, and your ability to be a supportive, encouraging, and uplifting partner is a very big strength of yours. And I think maybe if you show vulnerability and insecurity, that's okay, that's fine. But to someone like this person, that could be very hard for them to see. I don't think there's an expectation for you to be their anchor, but I think they're going to look up to you. But I think there's something about dealing with insecurities and harsh judgment internally. So that's going to be a bit of a battle, I think, for you. There's a lot of give and take, and it's going to happen on a repetitive basis. But I think ultimately you'll be able to break through to them because you're going to be such an inspiration. Full moon in Virgo, Virgo's communication. So this is all about encouraging words, and that's going to take effort on your part, but it's going to work wonders for this person and help them come out of that Nine of Swords energy. But judgment and sensitivity, I think, is very important. This person is very analytical and will analyze everything you say, Leo. I want to take out this card as well. Okay, show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Be true to who you are. Showing the world the real you is not hiding anything, but it's also showing that you care and love this person and that you want to show them off in a way. That's not to say they're like a trophy partner, but I think showing the real world is confidence. Confidence to introduce this person to your friends, family. That's going to mean the world to them. But Leo, it's all about being your authentic self at the same time. You know, you can't, just because you're afraid to offend them, you can't change who you are. You can change the way you come across, and you can change the way you express yourself maybe, but you can't physically change who you are. I mean, unless you actually want to. I think that change is possible, that those internal changes, but I think it has to come from a good place, and it has to come from a very motivated place to make that happen. So when I see that card, show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, it's again full moon, it's in Aquarius here. So this is about confidence, this is about enlightenment. And again, Aquarius is air, so the mind, mutability, I think that's coming up around your relationship. That's the advice here in dealing with this person. But also exposing and not hiding things. That's otherwise it's going to fester in their mind. I feel that's very important. you know, and I think you're going to lead by example here, and your influence is going to be very big on this person. Okay, so we see nothing will come from this situation. This is about giving up hope. Now, Leo, I don't know if this is actually you coming through. This person might make you feel you aren't good enough, or make you feel like you're not up to the challenge, or make you feel like you can't, you're not in control of the situation somehow. And there's going to be parts in this relationship where you're going to feel like you want to give up. You're going to feel like nothing will come of this situation. It's void. There's no avenue here. But it's about taking the other avenues, taking a few detours to get to the place where you want to get to with this person. But I'm afraid these insecurities, or this I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, is going to eat away at your relationship. So the advice here will be, that if you're doing something and it's not working, it's not moving you forward, then you have to take other avenues. You have to try different things. This relationship is going to require you to be more innovative, more creative, and do things that you maybe are outside of your comfort zone to make this relationship happen. But I think the thing, I would say there's a message here not to give up hope. But sometimes we know nothing will come of this situation. So maybe the advice here is that if you've tried your hardest and if you felt like you've given it your all, only then walk away if that's something that you need to do. Because if you're not gaining this person's trust or love or direction or time, then obviously you have some big questions to ask yourself. But seeing that in the reading, I think there's a message here that you should exhaust all your options before you walk away. Because if you're not getting what you want, then, you know, that might be coming up in the relationship, in the connection. And your last card for advice is nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Okay, mutable moon is interchangeable. This makes me think of Pisces. Pisces is a mutable sign, rules over the water. And we've got the ocean here, which contains sea life. Pisces represented by the fish. So I think of Pisces energy, and it's very give and take. It's very back and forth and can be very fickle. So emotionally there, and you did have that Two of Pentacles, which is mutability. So there is a lot of back and forth in this relationship. So it's important to follow through. If you're going to say something, you have to stick with it. You have to follow through. If this person is going to say something, they have to execute it. And if they don't, you have to mention this to them. You have to bring it up to them and say, well, you told me this and you never followed through, because nothing is yet in stone, and this is lacking direction. So you're going to need that reassurance, as are they, coming into this relationship, and you're going to need that clarity. And even if you have to have it once a month, once a week, you need to have that conversation of where are we going. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take a lot of mental and emotional investment here, Leo. Okay? I will leave your reading at that though, so thank you for connecting, Leo. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks again, all the best, and until next time, bye for now.